No matter your gender, you should be able to pursue whatever you want, whatever your dreams are, and should be treated like a full human being.
Gender equality means to me, I guess just like acknowledgement.
No matter what you look like, no matter who you are, no matter your gender identity, sex, you are treated the same. You are free from harassment.
For me, gender equality means that women have the same opportunities to be change makers, to be leaders, to be the people who shape the world.
Gender equality means a lot of different things to different people, but for me it's a world where everyone can get along and we don't judge each other upon first glance based on what we look like, how long our hair is, what features we have, but we all treat each other like humans.
Gender equality means freedom to me, because as a woman of color, especially as a Black woman, there are oftentimes systems of oppression that are meant to prevent me from being in certain spaces.
Gender equality means to me that I do not have to fight harder for the same protections and opportunities that a man.
In one word, gender equality, freedom.
To have the same equal rights as everybody else.
To me, it's more about understanding and caring, and having the empathy, for each other.
An acknowledgement that we're here and our voices matter and we should have the same rights as everyone else.
We're not actually a fair and equitable society. And a big part of that is lack of gender representation, gender injustice.
Gender equality, I think to a lot of people, means a balance in a binary sense, but I do feel that for gender equality to be achieved, there needs to be a nuanced understanding that gender is flexible.
We should continue to move forward in this country and progress in this country, and we're not going to do that unless we vote for the people who we feel will move us forward.
This election cycle, we're seeing women's rights be in the center of a steep political battle, and so I'm showing up to make sure that people have access to reproductive justice, reproductive freedom, and the decision to make their own choices about their bodies.
I'm voting for myself, my family, and for my children and the world at large.
I'm showing up for my 3 babies. I have 3 children. They are 4, 8, and 10, and I always vote for them.
Voting is a way to inspire change that ripples across the world.
Voting is a huge civic responsibility. I am showing up for local communities everywhere in this country.
I think it's very important when it comes to voting, knowing that every voice matters and that every vote counts.
It's important to vote because this is a way for not just your voice to be heard, but really your morals and your values.
Voting leads to change.
In the United States, we say that every man is born equal, but it should just be every person.
What the United States will look like when the Equal Rights Amendment is published, it's profoundly absurd that it hasn't happened yet.
The fact that we are not equal in the eyes of our Constitution it's a slap in the face for women across this country.
I think that the United States has a huge responsibility to show up for women, and I want a world where no girl, no woman has to ever justify why they belong in a room.
So many countries around the world that are more developed or even less developed have an Equal Rights Amendment. And I think if we had the amendment, we would know that we are protected in this country.
It's long overdue that women in this country have the same rights as men, and that legally we are protected under the rule of law.
It would be a momentous step forward towards progress and towards gender equality.
Women are equal human beings along with men, and when that Equal Rights Amendment is finally established in the United States, it's going to give us the push that we need to get to the finish line on this issue.
It kind of sets the core rule.
You gotta continue to fight for it.
See voting as self-empowerment.
It's very important to get out there and do your part.
Let's make a positive change together and get away from political rage and violence and move towards building positive solutions where equality matters.